today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington football team. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions.
No,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Forced to the ground and in.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 36. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Throwing to start the drive. Wells. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
He's across midfield.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 17 carries, 101 yards, and a score.
Are we playing old school football now? We got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
Off the bootleg. Wells. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Mayfield to throw it. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for the Washington touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I want to play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick-6 for the first points of the ballgame.
In my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick-6, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. From the gun, Mayfield. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
First down, Vikings.
First down, Mayfield. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards, the pickup, catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 19.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield looking left side. That's caught by Landry. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 7-yard line.
And again, it's Mayfield. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Number 86.
A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. On those slants,
don't give it to him.
Quickly, what makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch, and the score. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Wells, that's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll run on first down. It's Gibson, and this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 49-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. Wells, and this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
3-yard line.
A first down carry for Henry. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. These two teams all tied after 1. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wells looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A 20-yard touchdown. And Washington has taken the lead.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out there in his possession. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
So far, he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 38-yard line.
On second down, this is Madison. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
He's brought down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On third down, Mayfield. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Yeah, he'll find Hall. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They keep it with Henry on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
To throw on second down. Wells. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Antonio Gibson, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
3rd down and the 11.
Operating from the gun. Wells. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Gladney. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
the drive here with Madison. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Green. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An out cut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
So here is Washington now to take over. They were winners last week against Cincinnati, and right now they are in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Gladney. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Following the interception, Mayfield. And he's going to find his man in the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Not able to go anywhere that time, 2nd down.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Mayfield with it once more. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
3rd down. And 10 yards to go.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Green with a catch left side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The ball on the 8 still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7. Mayfield. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
But no takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. To throw again. Wells. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it'll bring up third down.
10 yards to go.
From the gun, Wells. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
From the contact.
Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So there you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
Vikings 7.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Will take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Henry. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. Quick hitter here is complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Derrick Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And hang on here. Freeman shaken up. Remaining on the ground after that last play. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Operating from the gun. Wells. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Not much there, only a yard.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, saw him and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Mayfield now. Complete. Jefferson the target. And the ball is knocked out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Oh, able to avoid him.
Mayfield's pass complete.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Wells. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets him back for 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open, and when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Here's Mayfield. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing, Mayfield. Short throw to Smith. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So they got the deal done, and now he can just focus on football. He's got that behind him. Family not going anywhere, staying put. He can focus on football.
And I like how you mentioned the family, because that's a huge part of it, because everyone needs to be happy and comfortable. And, you know, while this process was going on, people had to be wondering, especially within his own crew, are we going to have to move? Are we going to have to change things? Not anymore. They get to stay where they're comfortable and familiar.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Henry. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there. Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try to finish off the game. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Washington on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
16-yard line.
Now a give, right side. Gibson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Wells. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Terry McLaurin.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6.
Makes the Washington 20.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Yards to go.
And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They can thank their defense for another stop, and now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock, work it down, and of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you can pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Mike Hughes. He will take it across midfield and down to the 45. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Mayfield on fourth down. He's going to look. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. From the red zone now, Mayfield. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr. with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings have made this now a 1-score game.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Washington will take over first and 10.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, it's very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, said, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. Again, he finds an opening. And finally marked down at the 23. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Henry. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And you got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part